Ladies and gentlemen, New York Daily News layoffs at Fox News begin. Rolling Stone, Fox News just fired its investigative unit, sources say. So, Fox News has terminated its entire investigative unit, which is very interesting because if you're supposed to be a cable news station focused on politics, you might want to have an investigative unit. There just might be something interesting about Hunter's laptop or anything else going on in Biden's administration. The fact that we're 90 seconds to midnight, according to the Bulletin of Atomic Scientists. And we're closer than ever to, God forbid, a nuclear confrontation. That is a fact. That's not my opinion. That's not a polarizing statement. That's not hyperbolic. There's no hyperbole in that. We are closer than ever. Not since the Cuban Missile Crisis. Okay, how's that? But nobody seems to care, and Fox News is pretty much going under. They settled for $787 million. Alan Dershowitz, esteemed, renowned legal scholar, has no idea why you have to prove damages. So I don't know how many... the only entity that lost money was Fox News from all the negative press. So I don't know how much money the settlement, the corporation that got the settlement of $787 million lost. But we do know that Tucker Carlson leaving cost Fox News 50% of its audience in that time slot. So they've lost 50% of their viewership. They've just basically terminated an entire investigative unit. If you look, ladies and gentlemen, excuse me, News Corp already sold a number of divisions of Fox. They held on to Fox News and some other divisions, but they might not be making much money off Fox News. It might be a liability for them. So they probably don't care if it survives. So you'll have CNN, MSNBC. You won't really have Fox News anymore with no investigative unit and layoffs. It's like, okay, you don't have Tucker Carlson. They still haven't found a replacement. They were thinking of replacing Tucker Carlson with Sean Hannity, but that's not really going to work. Okay, I mean, they've told their audience that if a host or if a reporter or if somebody like Tucker Carlson is too effective at communicating his viewpoint, if he's too good, if he's too effective, okay, generally if you succeed at your profession, you're rewarded. Not if you're a conservative, and definitely not if you back Trump. If you back Trump and you're able to communicate and articulate in an effective manner and communicate why he's a good president or why he was a good president in terms of foreign policy and economic policy, infinitely better than what we have now with mashed potato brains, then, you know what? You're going to be kicked off the air. Not so with CNN and MSNBC. Okay, Adam Schiff might get removed from Congress. He lied, along with many other people, for 7 years about Trump. The Durham Probe report is a government report that said the government should never even have investigated Trump, and there was never any evidence that he was ever connected or working with another country. You would have had to have been an imbecile to believe that in 2017, but people just wanted to latch on to anything. They didn't care how absurd it was, or if there was a new Cold War hysteria, this Red Scare, McCarthy-era world that we live in now. They didn't care. They wanted they wanted some kind of reasoning, excuse, a scapegoat, because they couldn't believe that Donald Trump defeated Clinton, a lifelong politician with her husband. And here's somebody who just came in, and, you know, Fox News was never really, they were never on Trump's side, really. Maybe you had Tucker Carlson Sean Hannity here and there. Sean Hannity, yeah. But then who else? Greg Gutfeld. But there was Chris Wallace on Fox News. I believe it was Chris Wallace. You had who else was it? Neil Cavuto. These people don't really like Trump. And so you don't have never Bidens. That's the point. You don't have never Bidens. Hit subscribe to this channel right now, ladies and gentlemen. Go to hagoodman.com to read my writing in The Hill, The Huffington Post, Salon, The Jerusalem Post, The Federalist, and other publications. My Patreon link is below, next, and the super thanks is below next to the like and the share buttons. But you have a situation where it's going to be interesting because when Fox News goes under, and they eventually will, their coverage in the next, and you could see, once Tucker Carlson left, you could see even their YouTube channel, it's the views are down dramatically. And once Tucker Carlson left, it was a signal or a notice to every Fox News viewer. You know what? They don't really care about giving a viewpoint outside of a fabricated consensus or a contrived, manufactured mainstream viewpoint. They don't want negative publicity. They can't withstand it. Okay, Trump, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Matt Gaetz, Lauren Boebert, Rand Paul, these people, they don't live off of media. So Donald Trump doesn't need media. He has only negative media coverage, and he gets 70 plus million Americans. So it's really funny to me. It's a very ignorant statement when somebody who doesn't like Trump says, oh, Trump's people. 70 plus million Americans chose Trump. 70 plus million. Okay, those are Trump's people. Okay, there aren't just a Make America Great Again group, a small little, extreme group of conservatives. Trump is the anti-war candidate. He's the candidate that in probably a week or so can resolve this terrible, terrible, terrible crisis and quagmire, never-ending military conflict in Europe. What did I say going into the lead-up 2 years ago? I said it's a moral imperative to vote for Trump. If you want never-ending military conflict, then put a Democrat or put Biden in the White House. Okay, there's a reason that when Biden and Hillary Clinton were, when Hillary was Secretary of State, you saw what happened to Libya. When Biden was senator, he sided with Bush, Cheney, and Rumsfeld. When Biden's president, you see a catastrophe now in Europe. Okay, this is not a coincidence. And part of that country was taken during President Obama's administration, and then another country near that country was taken in Bush, or part of that, a small part, was taken during the Bush administration. When they talk about, oh, we're going to be tough on Putin, you know who doesn't care about Democrats? The Democratic Party manufactured this really stupid propaganda that, again, the morally superior, highly educated among us believed. The wonderful liberal Democrats who care about the planet, and they're such good people. And they've purged themselves of any Trump supporter in their family or friend, a circle of friends. They're such good human beings. They don't realize that they're voting for endless military conflict. And they don't care. They really don't care. Many wonderful, highly educated, morally superior liberal Democrats don't care. They're basically socially liberal. It's like Fox News. Sean Hannity he's fine with, we saw how he was 20 years ago. He's fine with never-ending military conflict. Tucker Carlson was not. He's a populist Republican. So you have Trump, who never really had the support of Fox News. Now Fox News is going under. They've just axed their investigative unit. Tucker Carlson took 50% of their viewership away, them firing Tucker, letting Tucker Carlson go, and they don't care. Rupert Murdoch doesn't care, which is actually fine. The funny thing is, people would say, well, you support Trump, and Fox News is going under, so, haha. It's like, I don't care. They never really supported Trump, so what do I care? Then maybe Newsmax or on YouTube. There are wonderful channels like this one. Give me your thoughts below. Hit subscribe to this channel right now, everybody. Thank you so very, very much.